Grant, any further reflections on Saturday, the win at Chesterfield in the FA Cup?
No, just pleased to get into the next round. Obviously, but it was a really good week for us last week. Some good performances and 3 good wins. Now we're just focused on the next one.
We kind of touched on it after that win against Peterborough, that you got that 10-day gap, and between league games could have been a bit frustrating, but the big thing was keeping momentum and keeping the run of positive performances going, and you've certainly done that. Yeah,
I think there's a lot of players coming into good form. There's been big elements of all the games that I've really liked from the team, and we're focused on that really, and just to try and add to that and keep continuing in terms of how we want to play. It's busy time, busy period, a lot of games coming up. So the squad's going to need to be ready, and I think they are, and I think we showed that last week. The fitness levels from the group, the boys who haven't been playing the games that they probably want, put a tremendous performance on Tuesday night, and also came off the bench and helped us on Saturday. So the group's in a good place. The training ground's buzzing, the new gym's opened. We just want to continue to keep playing and hopefully getting results.
That was a big part of the other part of the season, where in cup competitions and things like that, everybody contributed in one way or another, week on week, and everybody were really firing. And if you've got that again, then that's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult as a player, Liam, really, and I get it because I've been there and done it for over 20 years myself. So it's difficult when you're not playing, because you can have flat days, you can have days where you're not quite, feeling the love or whatever from the staff, but we try not to make that the case here. We try to give everyone the same respect and the same amount of time, our time really, and maybe one or two of them, because of that, maybe standards dropped a little bit in training, and maybe we didn't notice, and maybe that's why they're coming off the bench and not really making an impact. But we try to drive those standards all the time, and I said all the time, the lads who aren't in the team are more important than the lads who are in the team. So it's my job and the staff job to make sure everybody feels valued, and when they come into the team they perform.
You touched on it with the media after Saturday's game, particularly in the case of sort of Luke Molyneux, Jordan Gibson, in terms of adapting to the step up, dealing with the different quality of fullbacks they're coming up against. But has that been a case across the team as well, and feeling now that you're in a good place and players have kind of got used to what they're up against week in, week out?
Yeah, and it's also given the lads the confidence to go and perform really, and tell them that there's, yes, there's good players in the league, but so are you, and we want you to go and take the shackles off and show people what you're about. And I think for a number of weeks now, probably since Reading, and I mentioned this a few times, the performance levels have definitely gone up a notch, and when you perform well, you give yourself the best chance to win. And I think we've certainly done that for a longer spell now, and we've got to continue that. We've got to have a real belief in what we're doing and a real focus on what we're trying to set out and achieve this season. And the players are all good. There's a real good feeling about the place, and we're looking forward to tomorrow's game.
Everybody come through that one at the weekend, okay?
Yeah, James Maxwell's got a little bit of a cut on his head, but apart from that, everyone's fine. They all trained today, but James trained as well.
You mentioned the new gym facility now, the players in it for the first time today. How we've seen how impressive it was going to be, but how impressed have you been since you've seen the finished product?
It's outstanding, Liam, and we can't thank Terry and Gavin enough really for supporting us on it. It's going to be a game changer for us really. It's the gym is outstanding, the equipment inside it, how it's been done, decorated, everything. It's just adds another definite positive to what we're trying to do at the football club. I mentioned before about bringing new players here, and we tended to bring them to the stadium rather than the training ground, because we had the old Porta Cabin as a gym, and it's been there for, I don't know, probably 20 odd years, 25 years. But to have this new facility, and not only that, it's just the physio room in there, and the players a wee bit more closer to the gym. The walkway right through from this building into that building, it's just everything about it really, and it definitely makes us a wee bit more professional, and it's going to benefit us in the long term, because we have a tremendous medical team, a tremendous sports science team, and this just gives them more tools to keep the players ready, fitter, stronger, sharper, for all these games that are approaching.
Big thing that you notice when you're in there is that even if there are players that are coming back from injury or things like that, they're working in the gym, they can feel a part of it because the big windows seen straight out onto the training pitch. It doesn't feel like you're far away from the rest of the.
And that's something we wanted. We wanted the windows to see, to see onto the pitches and let the boys, because it's a bit difficult in the porta cabins that we had there. You felt to be a bit secluded and away from it, but it definitely feels like one big building now, doesn't it? And different elements to get to the gym. So, I know the medical team and the sports science team are over the moon. The players seen it for the first time today. It just feels like a proper training ground now. It's proper gym, and I'm really pleased with everybody's involvement in it.
Stockport up next. Then, what are you expecting from them as a test?
Yeah, it's a very tough game, tough team to play against. As we know, we played against them in League Two, and they beat us twice that season before they went up. So they've got stronger. Dave's recruited really well. He's brought a lot of players in, and good players for the level. So we're expecting a tough game, but we're at home. We want to continue what we're doing. We want to try and keep the focus on us. And see if we can get another 3 points.
Yeah, you mentioned after that draw at Stevenage that you back results like that up by getting the wins at home. You obviously did that against Peterborough, and you'll fancy yourself against whatever side comes to the Eco Power Stadium. So. Yeah,
and we're hoping there's going to be a good crowd there to help us. And the lads are feeling really good at this moment in time. But it's the next game. We want to just make sure we get the preparation right, which we think we have over the last couple of days. We focus a lot on what we're trying to do and how we're going to create opportunities and hopefully score goals, and give the players that freedom to go and express themselves.
Now you've started this kind of run of wins and positive results. You've done that in terms of performances, but now it's about putting that together into some sort of run and pushing.
That's it. Yeah, it's just you just got to take every game as they come. Next one, obviously Stockport, a team that's I think everyone would fancy to be. Challenging for the title this year. So that's the type of task we're up against. But we're looking forward to it. We're really looking forward to it. We feel like we're in a good space at this moment in time, and let's see how we do.